Hey fam, just dropping in here to talk about the breath and how I got into it. Yeah, why I'm so crazy about it. Mostly I got into it because I had an experience some 15 years ago with vibration coursing through my body after some kind of manipulation in my physiotherapist had used IMS on the back of my spine. I was having issues with my hip. Anyway, long story short, I thought I was I thought of being electrocuted because I just had this vibration come up. I started crying. I just didn't know what the hell was going on. So anyway, long story short, that episode was really scary for me, and it lasted. It lasted, I don't know, an hour. I just finally relaxed and the feeling dissipated. But it took me about a week to sort of integrate what had happened. I didn't realize at the time, but I'd had a tremendous release of feelings and, I guess, emotions that were locked away that I just didn't realize. And I didn't know till years later that that's what that was, because the person who was helping me at that point didn't really realize it, although he couldn't tell me enough. Anyway, 10 years later, I'm sitting with these beautiful bowls and doing a course with a beautiful lady, and there's about 20 of us in the room in a circle, a bunch of healers and yoga teachers and nutritionists, a really beautiful group. And we were learning about the sound and how to deliver that, because that's another thing I was passionate about at that time. And so, yeah, we were doing an eternal Om chanting meditation for about 5 or so minutes. I can't even remember, because as I was Oming, the vibration came through me really, really heavy again. And I knew exactly what it was. I was like, oh my God, not again, because it was scary. And it was intense, and I didn't really know, nobody was able to tell me what it was. So, long story short, I had probably took an hour with a couple of people who helped me through that, but it took an hour before that went down, and I had a lot of crying and bodily shakes. I had another release, that's what it was, from the breath. And I didn't realize that was what it was from until I sought out my teacher from Breathwave, and through a lot of people just said, you might just go take some breathwork lessons and see if you can sort yourself out. So that's what I did. That's how I got into it and became so passionate about it, because what it did for me was amazing. So I just thought, wow, people need to know about this. And, I didn't know about it. I didn't even know about sound bowls, 10 years ago. I just didn't know. It wasn't in my consciousness. And, now that it is, it's just, I can't even believe I've never sort of lived without these beautiful things. So, breath work, sound, energy, it's all energy. And when you can harness it, it's amazing.